But yeah, they are now getting ready, and I loved watching both of these teams.
Yeah, I got to play against 1234 yesterday. Very talented gamers, very exciting to play against, and watching nonfiction has been a huge joy for everyone in the crowd. These gamers are going to do it. We see more Play Low Ink and Rat Supremacy signs in the background. We love it. The LAN exclusive experience, everyone.
Yeah. Okay, and we have a check-in. FT win. They did lose their first game. I don't know who they're playing right now, but I believe we will check on that. And you guys can also do that by typing !bracket. You can follow along in the chat. But yeah, so there is an upset there, but we will. They're playing against Blush, so we'll keep those updates coming your way as soon as we get them.
Imagine the gas that comes from beating FT win. Oh my god.
Yeah. They're kind of the team who going into this, it's okay, who's going to be the team that faces them in the finals. And I mean, these two teams, like 1234 nonfiction, they're hoping that they can move on and move on to the winners finals. But yeah, we especially for nonfiction, getting that big upset against Cherry Limeade, you're still happy, but at the same time, you're so nervous because you maybe didn't expect to be in the situation that you're in. So now you're like, okay, we have to think quickly and just know that we are changing. Maybe we have to change the way how we play. We have to kind of change focus a little bit too. But they're ready. They're ready.
There's the moment you win a set that you're not expecting to win.
Yeah.
Literally, people shake.
Yeah.
Some people get up. Some people fall to the ground and cry.
Yeah.
Some people put their heads in their hands.
Yeah.
It's so much different than going the grand finals in an online tournament, and that's every single set at a LAN. It has that much weight and that much impact.
Absolutely. And what's really funny is we have these LTC posters, and we always love getting people to sign them. But what I do, or what I don't do, is have people sign it after they finish their set because their hands are still shaking. So I'm like, I don't want.
Me yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll wait till you calm down before I ask you to sign my poster and everything too. But yeah, it's so funny because like everybody is again has their own way of just calming themselves down and celebrating too.
I practiced my signature for this event. I was like, I'm doing a little squiggle and I'm writing LTC 22 underneath.
Yeah.
And people came up to me after my last set yesterday, and I was like, this is it. Like, all plan out the window.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who you had a big brain plan. Honestly.
Well, yeah, because one of my teammates, Sky, their hands were really, really shaking.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we'll take a breather first before we do this.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah. But again, so this upcoming set will once again be a best of 5, and again, as soon as we know more updates about FT Win versus Blush, we will get that going your way. And looking at 1234's team, you mentioned that you faced them, and that was in pools. Is that correct?
Yes, that was in pools. They were my first set.
They were your first set, yeah. So what can you speak on the behalf of their team?
The player that I was most concerned about on 1234 was Leodos on Squiffer.
Yeah.
I knew, going in, there's no way, I'm beating this team.
Yeah.
However, I'm just gonna throw hands as hard as I can, and I'm gonna go for the Twitter clip.
Yeah.
I did get a Twitter clip, so but watching out for that Squiffer, obviously, because Squiffer one tricks are scary animals. You do, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are, because they'll just pop out of nowhere and you get splatted and you're like, I didn't know where you were, and they don't miss their shots too, which is absolutely incredible. So, oh man.
Imagine never missing a shot.
Yeah, well, it couldn't be me.
Same. I'm a Tip 7 blob.
Yeah. I believe first coming up next we have Splat Zones on Anchovy Games, which again, the very small map pool, we've seen this one come up quite a bit, and from playing, not that I really have played competitively a lot, but when you control the fans, you control the zone, and that's absolutely the most important part of the part of winning the game.
For me, playing Antro Zones, the far more important place to control is actually your opponent's arcade.
Yeah.
Because if you take their arcade, you take their street, and then they can't even touch the fans.
Yeah.
So if you when I'm thinking of where is Leodos going to be? Arcade. right?
Yeah.
Because it's an area where you can set up a teammate to protect your inkjet landing, especially if you're playing the inkjet squiffer. You can pop that inkjet and put a crud ton of pressure up on their snipe, right? So like if 1234 manages to get up there, there's going to be some issues.
Yeah, and the earlier you get locked out, the worse it's going to be, and especially because zones can spiral, but luckily you can do pretty well and try and come back. But again, I guess there are two ways you can kind of flank, but taking the far fans is much less conventional, but it's still possible.
I haven't seen anyone take island
Yeah.
in all of LTC.
Yeah.
I want to see someone take island.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it, gamers. Do it, gamers.
Oh man, but yeah, and I mean, both of these teams, they know what they're up against.
Yeah.
They know that these are like very, very high caliber players, especially with members of 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, well, for both of them too. So I think nonfiction is technically a pickup, and members of 1, 2, 3, 4 have played together as well, but. It's just all about the coordination too, and those are the things that can be tricky if you don't practice ahead of time.
Yeah.
For my team, I think we only had one scrim session and one league session before we played, but we're like, hey, we're here to have fun.
That's crazy.
We're gonna do that because you mentioned your team played in low ink together to kind of
we played
prepare for this
2
tournament.
SOSs and a low ink.
Okay.
Which I genuinely think did equip us.
Yeah.
Compared to other pickups, low level pickups.
Yeah.
That we're playing, and I'm glad that we did it. Honestly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
10 out of 10 recommend playing with your land pickup before the event.
Yeah.
I imagine these gamers played together.
Oh yeah, and I mean they all know the call-outs too, because that's kind of the thing. You want to make sure you're all on the same page with every member of your team to make things easier. So yeah, they don't have a lot to learn as far as call-outs because they are all very good players.
Oh yeah, 100%. And when you're playing with a team, and particularly in high level, you have been exposed to so many different types of players who do similar things. So it really is just like, okay, how do I work alongside this individual as opposed to how do we clear out plat?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But our teams are ready, so let's get you started with game 1 of the winner semis. Once again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 versus nonfiction.
Starting off on zones, Antro, and we do see Leotos with that Inkjet Squiffer as predicted, running that bomb rush and missiles and armor combo. Very standard-esque comp, but look at this. We have a foil flingza on both sides of the match.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you don't see very often, both of them being on the in the game at the same time, I should say. But now both teams just trying to stay back, but we do see one player kind of pushing up. I believe it's the NZAP on the side of nonfiction, who is the only one who is in the zone. With the help of the suction rush from 1, 2, 3, 4, they're doing a very, very good job just getting a few of these picks, able to push out and spot some of these players. Can they jump out in time? No, this is going to be a very nice cap for 1, 2, 3, 4.
It is, and they are holding forward. We see Nard stationed up on that arcade. The Hydra is there peeking the corner, seen by Nard, not pushed. Wise decision there from that gamer, as we do see Popgun trying to push up and clear out that arcade. It does look like nonfiction has regained some control of their own space, which they are going to need. Going one member, make that 2, trying to break into zone. 1, 2, 3, 4 is locking and holding.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, and now we see members of nonfiction just trying to contest this zone from far away. They're able to cap it. I didn't think that was going to work, but with the help of Popgun using the Hydra, they're able to just get the far area of the zone, giving 54 penalty points to 1, 2, 3, 4, and a few more splats along the way. 3 players down. This foil with their special ready, but this is really good for nonfiction.
It's extremely good for them. Not having a penalty and having a wipe breaking in, it is very possible that we could see a lead change here with 3 specials online. 1, 2, 3, 4 burning through their specials as well. Both of those armors having been popped, the suction rush coming out. Nonfiction's hold of the zone is very good here.
Yeah, will this be enough for them to take the lead? Let's see members of 1, 2, 3, 4 trying to push in, but nonfiction isn't going to. No, it's not going to happen. Just from 1 point, and now 3 of their members are down. Just the NZAP, who's alive, who had to retreat for just a little bit. So that is a game-saving cap for 1-2-3-4.
Once that Hydra went down, Nonfiction lost a significant amount of paint in order to keep that zone in neutral or capped. So 1-2-3-4 was just able to come in and clean up. And they are positioned very dangerously, having control of Nonfiction's office. Those missiles are going to come out, but 1-2-3-4 doesn't have any penalty, realistically. So they are going to be able to extend their lead here as Nonfiction breaks back in, does manage to cap, but the Flingza goes down.
Nishi with the armor, able to support and get that splat, and just one player alive now on Nonfiction, the Neo Splash, who's trying to build their specials, probably trying to find a good spot to use a suction rush eventually when the rest of their team is ready too. But 1-2-3-4 doing a good job preventing flanks from both sides as they are now trying to push up, control this fan. Pain trying to just hide, stay along the wall, trying to find a spot that they can push up. They see the squeezer there, able to push in a little bit with this armor, but 1-2-3-4 doing a good job. They're able to get a pick, but Nonfiction is now trying to push forward. Can Pain stay alive to use their suction rush? No.
Yeah, there are just so many bombs coming out from 1-2-3-4. From the Zap, from the Squiffer, from the Flingza, just keeping Nonfiction from taking control of their own arcade. Those missiles are coming out from Flebber. There are 2 jumps on that snipe. They are armored jumps, but 1-2-3-4 is dangerously close to a KO here. Nonfiction only has 2 members standing. They can't outpaint them. That is game 1, going to 1-2-3-4.
1-2-3-4, and I liked how they had the numbers by their names. I didn't know that going into this. I think that's really cute, and I love it. So, yeah, they had a really good game, and I mean, Nonfiction for that game, they put up a fight. They were able to push in, but again, just that 1 point. Who knows if Nonfiction would have taken the lead there? This game would have gone on much further.
You really never know. You never know, and that's what makes Splatoon so exciting. It is those split-second decisions, those things made in the moment. How prepared are your flowcharts? How prepared are you to make the right calls in a moment? And it's not like a game like Apex or Valorant where you could think for minutes.
Yeah.
Like you physically do not have that time. So it comes down to how well do you perform under pressure, how experienced are you, how practiced are you, and what is your mental like that day.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, there are some maps and modes where if your team gets wiped, luckily you can kind of brainstorm together at that point. But again, like you said, that's only for 3 seconds or so. You don't have much time to think at all. So you have to make those split-second decisions on where to go, what your team wants to do, and how you push forward.
Yeah. And it's not just about what special do you pop first?
Yeah.
It's about where do you pop that special, when do you do it, where are your gamers as you position yourself around objective. Are you going for a flank? Who's going to run for a flank? When? How do you time that flank? Are you popping armor? There are so many variables in Splatoon as it is a 4v4 person shooter. That makes it such a fascinating team sport.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have Smash here, which, you know, they do have teams, but they have a lot of entries. And what we really like about the Splatoon LAN section here is that there are 24 teams, but a lot of these people already know each other. You know, they know each other online and are able to kind of support one another, you know, on the same team, on a different team as well. But let's hop into game 2. We have tower control.
Tower control, and we are seeing the exact same comp from 1-2-3-4 going in. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. I don't think we saw the Nozzle Nose last game.
Yeah, Nozzle Nose is a new one. I can't remember what they replaced with the Nozzle Nose. But like you said, Squiffer's going to be pushing up pretty early and trying to get a few picks. It looks like they do have armor at the ready. Ooh, and that's going to be a nice pick on Smash, as they're now going to go up and use their Inkjet too. They are able to get a few more picks. Oh, and that's a third pick. That's actually going to be a wipe. So 1-2-3-4 going to hop on the tower. I didn't think they were going to pull that off.
Yeah, very good Inkjet moment from Leotos there. I do think that member in mid that did get sniped, I don't know if that was a direct or whether or not that player had chip on them already, but clearing the first checkpoint this early in the match would be huge. Those missiles coming out, and yep, that first checkpoint does fall. 1-2-3-4 with all 4 members standing and that armor online. This is looking very dicey for Nonfiction.
Yeah, they are pushing this tower up. We see Smash trying to flank, but no, the roller says no, you cannot go there. But now Pain trying to suction rush from up top to help push this tower back. They are able able to get a pick, but are spotted by the Squiffer. Tower is now taken again by 1-2-3-4 as members of Nonfiction are trying to push forward, but very easily getting past that first checkpoint is going to help 1-2-3-4.
Yeah, it is, and they are going for it. The tower is back in mid.
And now Nonfiction able to take the tower just for a little bit, but it's going to be hard because this 1-2-3-4 team, they're doing a very good job pushing forward, and now Nonfiction doing a good job getting on the tower and taking these checkpoints. So they are now pushing up. Can they get past this first one? Popgun is waiting by the side to try and push forward. Smash on the tower. Can they push forward enough? But we do see an Inkjet from 1-2-3-4 to try and push him out, along with a few suction bombs too. And that's not going to be enough for Nonfiction to potentially take the lead. But now 1-2-3-4 trying to stay alive. Flavor's going to be jumping out, but Nonfiction doing a very, very good job with this map control too.
Yeah, that they are. They do have, having cleared that first checkpoint is huge. We're now essentially even with 2.5 minutes left in the game. This is still going anyone's favor. But as I say that commentator's curse, I apologize, Nonfiction. That is 3 down in favor of 1-2-3-4. They are going to be able to recoup that tower, but Nonfiction does have those missiles online, which is going to be excellent in terms of a defense.
Yeah, Nonfiction, they were able to push up and get a few picks that way. And now they're going to try and displace a few members from 1-2-3-4 for a little bit. But this tower is still stuck in mid, and once again, this favors 1-2-3-4. You have the lead. You can focus on just winning your 1v1s. You don't really have to push objective as much, but 1-2-3-4 doing a very good job pushing some of these Nonfiction players out.
They are, and they are holding lead for right now. Getting that zap down is very huge, though, because you have stalled one of their armors. There is a player of Nonfiction in mid. Leota's trying to smoke them out, but they do lose the tower in the process. This is a very, very scrappy mid game.
Yeah, it really is, and it's hard to go up towards mid alone when you know the Squiffer is there. So Pain is going to try and do everything they can to stay hidden, able to just kind of ride the wall there mid, but now going to go up top and flank. But no, it looks like they will be spotted, so we're going to see 1v1, but now the roller sees them as well, able to stay alive. I am impressed they stayed alive this long.
Yeah, very good movement there from Pain, the last player left standing. That is a wipe in favor of 1-2-3-4. They have the tower. They are going for it. Any points that they get on the board at this stage in the game are huge. There's a minute left. Even if they manage to tap that second checkpoint, getting any points there will make the rest of this game much more comfortable for them.
The map control for 1-2-3-4 is insanely good right now, as they are now trying to push forward. They do have 2 players down. They were able to push this tower for just a little bit, approaching that second checkpoint, but that's 3 players down now on 1-2-3-4. So this is going to be Nonfiction's opportunity if they want to push forward with under a minute remaining.
Yeah, it is, especially with those 2 players. You do see the Squiffer over on that left side does manage to get a pick. Popgun well positioned up on that spinner, trying to get some paint down. They have some time to breathe, right? They have both of their armors. They're getting closer to their other specials. There's no need to rush this before they manage to get the pick. But as I say that, their splash unfortunately does go down, and that's going to take out a significant chunk of their aggro pressure.
1-2-3-4 using their specials, trying to push some of these players out from Nonfiction. Once again, they don't need to get on the tower. They just kind of want to control tower. They just want to be around the tower to make sure that they can hop off right when they need to and hop back on in case Nonfiction were to get on the tower at some point. So they're going to try and do this as members of Nonfiction now trying to push forward. Are they going to get on the tower in time? No, it's not going to count. 1-2-3-4 is going to get the win for game 2.
Yeah, and there was a member of Nonfiction up on that tower, right? But sometimes it literally just is that frame, and you can't blame lag, right?
Yeah.
Because it's literally a land.
You can't, yeah, you can't blame it. And then sometimes if you're climbing the tower too, you get like a little bit of airtime.
Yeah.
So like you're not on the tower, but like you're so close to getting there. So again, that's hard. But 1-2-3-4, they had a very convincing lead during that game, and we're going to move on to game 3, and they're hoping that they can win it. They're hoping they can 3-0, move on to winners finals. So let's see what happens in Rainmaker Black Valley Skate Park.
I physically cannot believe that we're that close to winners finals.
Yeah.
Like Low Tide City happening in Austin, Texas, 2022, literally right now. I'm sure you've seen this Twitter memes happening right now. Yeah. There is gaming taking place.
Yeah, and it's incredible. And like we started today. We had the bronze top 4 teams who competed, and the Grillers, they won the bronze bracket. And now moving into the top 12, we're doing winner semis, but we still have a whole side of losers brackets to do. And typically losers brackets, they can take a while because each team needs to lose 2 games for it to kind of be over. So, I mean, we have a lot of Splatoon headed your way today.
Yeah.
But again, even though we will know who moves on to the winners finals after this match, we have a lot of good losers finals that's coming up too.
Yeah, so after this, we do have winners finals, but after that, we have the losers rounds 4, 5, and then the finals before we move on to grand finals, and then possibly a bracket reset.
Possibly bracket reset again, with Blush having the game 1 win over FT win. That's going to put them in good spirits and good favors. So right now we're going to move on to game 3, and once again 1, 2, 3, 4 looking to get this win to move on to the winners finals.
Yeah, it's so close. It's tasteable. The gamers can taste it. As we move on to this next match, we are seeing similar comps. I believe the Flingza has been switched out. Popgun now on that C-Jet. So we're back to a one-sided Flingza game. Falco.
We are. Is that okay with you?
No.
Do you like? No. All right. We do see 2 early rays. Ooh, the ray battle. Look at that. Ooh! And it looks like Popgun's gonna win that one. 2 players down. 3 players down. Nonfiction. They need to take advantage of this and just push this Rainmaker. You can get so far on Black Belly just by picking up the Rainmaker and just pushing forward. Let's see what they do. Popgun now going to be taking it, trying to take it to the right just for a little bit. But unfortunately, they took a little bit too much time to kind of get that Rainmaker coordinated because now 1, 2, 3, 4 has their specials. Nonfiction, kind of a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, and that Ray coming out, Popgun ducking and weaving, trying to avoid it, but does get picked by it. 1, 2, 3, 4 having those specials to burn through. We do see that Bomb Rush coming out. I don't even think they're going to need it for Pop, realistically. Just trying to use it to get some pressure on the board. Ooh, very nice dicey Splash v Splash 1v1 ending in a trade.
Yep, it doesn't get more Splatoon than that. And now 1, 2, 3, 4 once again getting good map control. As they do pop the Raymaker Berry, they pick it up, and with the support of the Ray, they are going to be pushing up their right side. Will they get past the 77 mark? They don't really have to go that far. They are trying to climb up this wall, but it's going to be hard, especially contesting this C-Jet as well. But now we have a 2v2, and they're unfortunately can't make that much progress quite yet, but now 3 players down. This is their opportunity to push.
Yeah, backline v backline there of the Jet battle. Once again, proving that those 2 players are pretty much even. Flavor trying to take control of those. They are one. Whoa, we 77 versus 77. Nishi just needs to hold forward just a hair.
I know, just 2 steps forward, and they can't do it.
Go, gamer,
they
go.
cannot do it. Just 15 seconds left on the Rainmaker. They are really backing up this Rainmaker because they know this Nonfiction team they are aggressive, trying to get this win. Are they going to be able to take the lead from this? No. They don't. I don't know if the Rainmaker barrier exploded. I don't think it exploded.
Okay,
it did. Okay, right at the 77 mark. That is crazy.
That is you just couldn't take those 2 additional steps. Another Ray battle. Will it end in the same way it did last time? No, Popgun just not going to take that. Nonfiction being 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. They get the pop, right? We do have Popgun position on top left, but that's not where 1, 2, 3, 4 is going. They're going for that right push, but they don't have any paint down there. There's so much ground to cover if this push is going to be successful. Nard getting the pick on the splash, but going to be taken down by Mr. Gunn with a burst bomb. 2 down on the side of Nonfiction as 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls lead.
They finally are able to take the lead and staying alive in the enemy ink, going into squid formation, getting all the way to 45. This is a patient team. They are playing the long game. They don't need the lead early on. They want to make sure they get a good and safe lead. They're finally able to do that at 45. I know no lead is completely safe in this game, but 1, 2, 3, 4, they're putting themselves. They can calm down. They can be in a better position now as a Rainmaker is going to reset. So Nonfiction, they're going to have something up their sleeve.
Yeah, particularly on Rainmaker Black Belly. No lead is ever safe. We do see Leotis getting a pick, 2 down on the side of Nonfiction. We may be seeing another push here. Yes, this time going for that right side, getting a pick on the shot. That is a delayed wipe in favor of 1, 2, 3, 4. Now having near control of Nonfiction's podium. 3 down. Once again, it's just the shot in action. Nishi going in.
Wow.
Wow. That is a wipe for Nonfiction.
Pain kind of led that, splatting 1, 2, 3, 4 early on and preventing them from pushing up. They were behind the Rainmaker for just a split second. So again, this is good for 1, 2, 3, 4, but just under a minute left. This has been such a stalemate match.
It has, indeed it has. Nonfiction just needs to get in there, and they just need to get in there once because they only have 40 seconds left in this game. The Ray being used for that pop as Pain does trying to go in. They are in a 2v1, does get picked by the Zap, but that's Zap's the only one standing. They have to fall back. They're going to have to try and keep up that bomb pressure if they have any hope of keeping Nonfiction from pulling lead here. And it's so close, just 4 points. They can do it. They just need to walk forward, but the Rainmaker goes down.
They were pushed in such an oh my god!
Wait,
Okay, it's just the end tap. They need to pick up. They just need to push it for just a little bit to take the lead. They're able to take the lead. Where are they going to get to? Trying to hide behind the wall, but no, going to get splatted with 15 remaining. This is great for Nonfiction.
Is there any chance that 1, 2, 3, 4 turns this around? Realistically, they have so much ground to cover. Granted, it is Splatoon. Granted, it is Rainmaker Black Belly. But where do you go from here? You practically have to dunk it.
This is a patient team. They've been in this situation before at the beginning of the match. Let's see how far they can push, but they're going to have to avoid the Ray. They can't go on the left side. They're going to have to go mid. But Pain over there trying to throw some bombs. Now Flavor just trying to avoid this Ray, and now with missiles coming on, they have to push forward. They have to push somewhere. They can't stay back. We have suction rushes coming in from mid. Flavor now trying, okay, can we go left side? No, we're going to go back to mid. We need to go. They probably don't have much time left on this Rainmaker, so let's see how far they can push up. It's going to be so hard, but they're still alive. Can they do it? They get one splat, but no, we have some suction bombs in the way. Oh my goodness, 2 players down and the Ray. Can they avoid the Ray?
No!
They can't.
And we see the members of Nonfiction Popgun getting up and absolutely punching one of their teammates up on that stage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
What finish in that game. I'm out of breath. I can't imagine them. I can't imagine their call-outs too with how they're feeling. But yeah, like Popgun stood up and just, fist bumping the back of their teammates. Oh my goodness. My hands are shaking after that set.
Honestly, like I'm shaking. I'm also starving. Honestly, something about commentating these sets, just giving all that energy, feeling the energy, it just makes you so hungry. I have Vincent looking over at me, just nodding.
Yeah, Vincent's the one who's producing this whole stream, and he's like, yes, absolutely. But yeah, we are moving on to Game 4 with Nonfiction getting that win, keeping the set alive. Clamblitz Macomart, this is all about coordination. Clamblitz coordination.
Clam Blitz does equal coordination. Nonfiction now having that gas, that fire right underneath them, and we did see reverse sweep last set. Do you think we'll be seeing it again, Falcon?
I can't. I don't know. I don't want to jinx any team one way or another because commentator's curse is a real thing.
It is.
Skep and I have been commentating for a while. We know it's real. So we don't want to. I don't want to make predictions, but, for Nonfiction, they've been in this situation. They went to Game 5 to win their previous set, so they know what's up ahead. They know the skills that 1, 2, 3, 4 has, and, Clamblitz is a very, very different style than Rainmaker,
Yeah.
So there are just so many things, a lot more variables in Clamblitz too. You're paying attention to the whole map. I mean, not that you aren't in Rainmaker, but there's at least one centralized location that you're kind of pushing forward to. So the fact that you have to be all ears, on your feet the whole time, makes it that much more hard. Yeah,
and communication is that much more important in Clam Blitz. Knowing what your teammates want to do, where they want to push through, where the clams are, whether or not you're locking pods. There are just so many individual variables when it comes to clams. We are seeing, ooh, look at that, a V-Flings Falco.
Yeah, we see the V-Flings, we see the Neo Splash from both sides as well, and the end zaps with armor. So We're going to see some early missiles once again, and kind of playing this clam blitz, you just kind of feel out where your opponents are. You know, your objective right now is just to spot them, see where they're positioned before you really push up and try and form any power clams. But right now, one player going to go down on 1, 2, 3, 4, as they have missiles on them as well. 2 players are going to go down. This is looking pretty good for nonfiction as they have a little more map control.
Yeah, a 3v3 situation as Chino goes in for the opening dunk, but nonfiction is 2 members down, so I very strongly doubt that they want to continue this push. Another member down on the side of nonfiction as 1, 2, 3, 4 regains extreme control of mid. They are going to have to be able to clear out that Hydra on that right stack, though, if they hope to push anytime soon. The Hydra is down. Clams are being exchanged. They are applying chip on that K-shot. That is 2 down. It does look like 1, 2, 3, 4 is well positioned for a push here with Nishi holding 9 clams.
Especially with this map control too. We have some players trying to flank. We have the Jet up top on the right stack. Power clam behind, finding the best time that they can strike forward. Now 2 power clams, they can work in different directions, and it looks like Nishi's going to go in. They're going to get both of these power clams in and take the lead, and they have a few follow-up clams. We see the Jet trying to flank on the side. The Flavor is now throwing in some clams right up top, and 3 players down. This is very good for 1, 2, 3, 4 nonfiction. They are going to need to stop this push.
Yeah, they are, with the positions at 1, 2, 3, 4 are holding. They are 2 down, but Flabber is still, tries the dunk, but does get shut down by Payne. Payne also camping that follow-up jump from Nard. Painting up, getting back control of mid. That is the thing with Clams Mako is pushes do tend to snowball, especially if you're doing the funny pod locking thing and forcing Clams to spawn on your opponent's side. But also, if you get wiped, it is just so quick for everything to switch in your opponent's direction.
Oh, it really is. And I mean, like, not 1, 2, 3, 4 getting all the way down to 21. It's great. I personally thought they were going to get further based on how much map control they had and how much they could kind of prolong that basket. But this is a good lead for them nonetheless, as they are able to get 2 picks on nonfiction and push forward once again. Both of the players are spotted. They're going to trade just the K-shot alive for nonfiction, as 1, 2, 3, 4 trying to push up. Don't have that power claim formed quite yet. They're going to wait for these specials to kind of run through. They still have some map control, but now nonfiction doing a better job pushing forward and trying to make a push of their own.
Yeah, it does look like 1, 2, 3, 4 is trying to set up a jump. I think I saw Nard going around the side of the basket there. So that clam carrier just waiting for a moment, trying to find a moment to push. Yeah, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 has 2 power clams, 2 members down on the side of nonfiction. It is a 2v2 situation. This is very scrappy. It's very difficult to see what's going on.
It really is. And I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're doing a very good job just being a distraction. And that's what you need to be in clamlets. Have these power clams that just kind of get formed in random spots. Are they going to push forward? Are they not going to push forward? What are they going to do with it? Because we haven't seen nonfiction in a very dominant position in this match, and they know if they make a push, they have to make a big push. You know, they have to get down to 21 remaining. You can't do it in a few, well, you could do it in a few small increments, but you need to get that push while the basket's open.
Yeah, I saw that power clam jump. It did look like they were relocating to a teammate, but I thought that they obviously went from teammate to teammate and not teammate to basket, because then they wouldn't have that clam anymore. But it did look like they were trying to set up something funny. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4 has set that up yet. It did for a long time to me look like they were going to try. But look at nonfiction where they're sitting right now. They're popping those missiles. They have that armor. They chained both of their armors at the same time, which is a little bit unfortunate, wasting a special. But nonfiction going in for a dunk, clearing their penalty. Any points that they score from here on out are theirs to keep.
Yeah, but it looks like it's just Popgun the Hydra who's alive and had to back out, had to retreat. They do have power clams, but you know, you're not able to capitalize on that push, so it's going to make it a little more tricky, especially with about 40 seconds left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, they've been doing a very good job trying to keep these power clams formed, but there are 2 power clams on both teams right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 has their pity clam. Nonfiction has 2 that they have formed, and nonfiction, they have 2 specials at the ready. They have armor, they have missiles. They are going to be using both of these as they try and push forward, and now they have the suction rush ready. Will this be their opportunity to strike forward and push?
Yeah, this could be a very banger push. They have the specials, they have the positioning, they have the clams. We see Payne going for even more, trying to set up on that snipe area where they were previously, but the shot does go down. Chino tries to set up for the dunk, does get picked. It's just Popgun and Payne. They don't have forever. They're trying to give jumps, but those jumps are camped. Popgun been punishing that, but there's just 2 up on each side as Nishi goes in for the dunk, taking game 4.
Yeah, what's really hard about Clam Blitz in overtime when both teams have power claims, you have to play offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah.
Typically, you can kind of choose one or the other, but you can't let your opponent score. You need to score, and of course, overtime doesn't last forever. It only asks for a little bit amount of time, so congratulations to 1, 2, 3, 4 for moving on to the winners finals. Nonfiction going to be dropping to the losers bracket, where they will have some tough competition, but they have to be proud of themselves with how far they've come.
I would not count them out quite yet.
No.
They have put on some fire sets this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, the game that we saw against Limeade, the game that we just saw here against 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
These are some gamers who are prepared. They are ready to pop off, and their energy is still impeccable. Even though, sometimes you got to take an L or two.
You do, and maybe we'll see a Nonfiction versus Cherry Limeade rematch in the losers bracket, because we know that would be tough. We know that would be tough, but hey, that's going to be it for us today. We have a ton more action coming your way, but Skep and I, we're going to be signing off.
Yeah.
We're going to be enjoying some Splatoon.
Yeah, we get to go and be spectators, which is as lovely as commentating. Do not get me wrong. It's been a joy to be on the mic with you, but there's something about sitting in that crowd and just screaming like you're at a football game. It really is special.
Yeah, being a part of that environment. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We have some more commentators.
Wait, Falco, where can the people find you?
So my Twitter is right here. Follow me, FalcoFlyer11, and follow Skep as well.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Skepidillions. I'm kind of cool. I play well. Falco's kind of cool too.
Thank you. But yeah, we will be right back with some more matches headed your way. So you guys stay tuned. This is Low Tide City 2022.
Stay fresh.